There's a Dynasty docuseries coming out, I believe, on Apple about the New England Patriots. They've interviewed, I think, a lot of very important people to the New England Patriots. Adam Vinatieri being one of them. He will be guest hosting our show tomorrow because I believe this Dynasty docuseries on Apple drops tomorrow.
Yep.
So Adam Vinatieri, who was a part of that and interviewed a part of the Dynasty documentary, will be guest hosting here. I can't wait to see hell.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to be so
shredded,
so jocked up. The producer of this Dynasty thing was on Up and Adams on FanDuel TV this morning, made a comment about Ernie Adams that has certainly raised some eyebrows.
Did Ernie give up any of the secrets?
Well, no, actually, in episode 4, you actually get to see me asking him about Spygate for the first time. And one of my favorite lines from Ernie, he says, "There's certain things I'll be taking to the grave with me." And
what the hell does that mean?
Whoa!
What the hell does that mean, con man? There's certain things I'll be taking to the grave, Ernie Adams. Oh, does he have video of all the signs that everybody had?
And is Ernie K? Is that K's father or grandfather? Do we know? Is Ernie? K
No, I believe there's
any
no
relation.
Oh, because Ernie Adams, K Adams. I wonder if K potentially is the one that could get the information
Bingo.
from big great
That's what I'm
grandfather
thinking,
Ernie Adams.
Kay.
We're not 100% sure, but take it to the grave. What is he talking about, Connor, up there in New England?
I'm not sure. And let me just say, too, if he did have grandchildren, he wouldn't be telling them no matter what, because then if he did tell them, he'd have to also kill them, and that's not going to happen. So Ernie Adams is a good soldier, okay? He is a dog. He is someone that you want in your foxhole. If there's a grenade in there and other people are going to die, guess who's jumping on it? Ernie Adams, okay? That is who you need in a football building. Now, do I know the specifics?
Good self-censor there.
Yeah.
I feel like...
I really sold it. I thought it was coming.
We don't get credit for that.
Well, no. You guys do. Every time I do it, I try not to do it just because sometimes I'm scared it's going to slip through. But no, the documentary is going to be unbelievable. It's 2 episodes every Friday for the next 5 weeks. You mentioned it. They interview everybody. Vinny, I believe Bledsoe, Moss, Brewski, obviously all the front office. This is going to be all time. I am very worried because there's going to be a lot of bashing. There is also a report in there and I don't know if this is from the actual documentary or if this is part of the information gatherers just bringing old stuff back to the top, but they mentioned how Brady said in it, like, hey, no matter what, I was not going to re-sign a contract there. I think Wes Welker talked about, the relationship between Bill and Tom, and he said it was like Tom was like a abandoned dog, just trying to kind of like prove himself to father figure Bill Belichick over and over, and he didn't even know how Bill could do it. And hearing Wes say that is funny, just because you've mentioned this before, where there's a scene from the sidelines of Bill Belichick telling Wes Welker in the preseason when Julian Edelman had a punt return, like, hey, you know who Wally Pipp is? Because Edelman obviously slid right into that Wes Welker role. Feels like Wes Welker was like, yeah, I do know who Wally Pipp is, and I want to be Wally Pipp. And obviously he ended up going to Denver, and that worked out well for him and Peyton Manning and everything. But no, I'm super, super excited for it. Reliving all 6 will be nice, especially now in this era of the Kansas City Chiefs, just to remind myself, like, hey, we're in the Chiefs era, but don't forget about your own era.
You think this is a nice little reminder to everybody?
Bingo. This is a nice little reminder. Like, hey.
They should have maybe saved this for 2 to 3 years from now.
That's especially
if the Chiefs continue to go.
You might need a new name, though. You got to get the dynasty rolling. I wonder if the producer is worried about that.
Well, the producer, we just learned, Matthew Hamachek is his name. I believe he's a director, producer, and interviewer, it sounds like, because he said, I asked Ernie Adams this thing. I know there's been a lot of work done on this Dynasty doc. I think there was a couple times I was potentially going to get interviewed for it, but just schedules weren't able to line up. They've really been pounding the pavement for this thing. I'm excited to see how it goes.
I don't know if I'm speaking for myself or I'm speaking for others, but I would have waited a few more years because I think the hate still runs through some people.
Oh yeah,
and
about the Patriots.
Yeah.
Well, they're probably going to play off of that a little bit.
Yeah, I hope they do, because like you do become the villain. Like you should own that, and that was one of my favorite parts about being a fan. Still is one of my favorite parts about being a fan is the hate that New England gets, because it does just bring everyone together into that bunker mentality. But I don't know about waiting. Like, I could see waiting a few more years, but
you guys might want to put out another one maybe 2-3 years from now if Patrick Mahomes picks up another Super Bowl.
I think they're probably working on the KC one for that as we.
Well, I'm just saying, if you're a Patriots fan, you're going to want to remind the world maybe 4 years from now, hey,
don't forget.
Because they're putting up these graphics now
Oh, yeah. Every day.
About Patrick Mahomes, obviously where he's at in his career with Tom Brady. You got Randy Moss talking, everybody talking about, hey, the way that Patrick Mahomes has been playing his first 6 years versus how Tom Brady played the first 6 years, not only quarterback versus quarterback, but like the way the Chiefs have succeeded versus how the Patriots have succeeded in there. They're way ahead of schedule. Way ahead of schedule. Now, obviously different situations, Tom Brady and the Patriots and everything like that. But it's like this Chiefs team, like after Joey Burrow's year down in LSU, everybody in college football world was like, that'll never happen again. Then Mac Jones, literally like the next year did it. And it's like, how is this? Like, we've never seen this before. And then boom, it happens again. It's like the Patriots, we've never seen it before. And then boom, here we are, right and potentially in the middle of another one. Sports work in mysterious ways. There's a docuseries coming out on Apple about the New England Patriots Dynasty. A lot of things are coming out. Adam Vinatieri will be guest hosting yesterday live or tomorrow from the Thunderdome because he's a part of this entire thing. Excited to take a trip back in time? Do you think they maybe should have waited a little bit longer after football season? What are your thoughts on this Dynasty doc coming out on Apple about the New England Patriots, AJ?
I mean, I am intrigued by all of the little things that I have read from it. It feels like people actually were very open and honest, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, I mean, their narrative,
Exactly. Yeah. It's all in building.
It's their, what do you call it? Oh, that's your truth.
Yeah.
That's what isn't that how you always say? Well, this is my truth. That's your truth. It's like, I'm excited to see what drama and controversy comes out of this, but also what answers do we get from things that we've asked about for a long time. Allegedly, Ernie Adams said, I'm taking some stuff to the grave. Don't even try. So that's fun to think about.
What does that mean, though? What is he? What does
he was the one deflating the balls. It was actually Ernie's fingernails. He was
videotaping. He was deflating. He was working the weather machine. That was all.
Remember the Astros with the whole entire exoskeleton?
Ernie Adams.
He had that in his brain through his eyes.
Yeah, remember there was a rumor that Tom Brady had something on his teeth that would actually, they'd be able to talk past the 15-second speaker thing in the helmet. Do you remember this?
I do not remember. That was a real something that people actually said that?
Yeah. So there was this was like probably 15 years ago.
Oh, that explains
where there was something like they could talk to him through his teeth because it vibrated his jaw so he could hear past the 15-second on the play clock. So maybe that's what Ernie Adams talking about, so that they could have eyes in the sky to Tom and say, cover two is happening there through his teeth. Remember, they were communicating. That's the type of things that are going to happen to Kansas City. They need to know that. Yeah. All of these things, and especially in the world that we're in now, we're in a louder world now, a more creative world now, a more technologically advanced world now. The amount of things that are going to get thrown out about why the Chiefs are better than everybody in a league that's supposed to have parity every single year, it's going to be ridiculous. And the Patriots experience all of that. So hopefully we'll get a chance to dive into what the conspiracies were on why the Patriots were so good for so long back 20 years ago, so we can maybe relive some of those now with what the Chiefs are doing.
And it's such a good layout. Like, we know the years. Like, I assume Vinny's huge in these first two episodes tomorrow, and I assume going forward, like the Welker interview probably around 5th episode, 6th episode. You think Ernie Adams has legitimate superpowers, though, maybe, and the whole entire thing, how they can control the weather? Ernie actually developed a way to build something that can actually drum up thunderstorms and wind and everything.
Well, if he can do that, we'd like him to tell us so we can help the world out a little bit.
And just do sun.
Yeah, well, we just need to be 70s.
No, you need some rain, because rain brings flowers.
Well, rain makes corn. Corn makes whiskey. Love the whiskey.
And whiskey also.
What's that?
Makes
my baby
the old Fursky.
It does.
Yep. And Bruce. And it makes you pass out at YouTube.
That's also true.
Rain is a good thing.
Yeah, I need more rain.
Very important.
Rain is a good thing.
Okay.